I think if Kendrick Lamar did something like that, that would be crazy if he did that. If he did that, that would be crazy. If he was like, you know what? All right, man. Talk after hours. You know what it is, man. So look, man, we're gonna catch this whole fantastic hip hop. Absol confirmed some new music coming with him, Kendrick Lamar, maybe the Black Hippies. I think this is gonna be pretty big. I think this is the time to strike. TDE is on fire right now, man. Oh man, TDE might go down as one of the greatest labels of all time, if not the greatest label of all time. It's possible. I have to just say that. I know we got the Rockefellers, we got the Bad Boys, you know what I'm saying? We got a bunch of other ones, Death Row. But TDE right now, bro, is on fire. They're on fire. I'm hearing that Rayvon project is pretty good. We already know Doechii had a really good project. Kendrick, all Absol, all of them, bro. This is going to be something special. I'm telling you. So if this is the case, and on top of that, I definitely believe that the TDE collab album is coming. And man, I think this is their first time doing a collab album. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm telling you, bro, I can't wait. It's going to be pretty fire. So before we get into that, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for being here with me. This is Torture Talk After Hours. So let's get it, man.
Now, when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, right now we just found out something major, and going forward, we may have just gotten the biggest hint about the upcoming music he is gonna release. As now, between some of the new plans that have come out that are showing us how long Kendrick Lamar is gonna be staying active on this run for, to what one of the closest sources to Kendrick Lamar possible just did out of nowhere. Well, right now we are seeing potentially not just new Kendrick Lamar music being teased right before us, but even greater than that, Kendrick may be giving us one of the most anticipated projects in all of hip-hop. And now, before we go any further into this and what all this means, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and as we are almost at 100,000 subscribers, be sure to help us get there. So now, with that said, when it comes to the latest news about Kendrick Lamar, there is some very interesting stuff that...
Yeah, that's crazy that he's almost at 100,000, and he's been doing some good work. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. What do I think this is? I think that if this is a Black Hippie project, I think this is so overdue. I think that they should have been did this. You know the thing about TDE that I respect? I like the fact that they do things in a timely manner, or when they believe it's the right time, or when they believe it's time to do it, or whatever. But I think sometimes you gotta feed the fans. And I think the fans are asking for you guys to put out an album. That Black Hippie album should have came out at least 4 or 5 years ago. That should have happened. And I know Kendrick said that was partially his fault. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta blame Kendrick for that. But I think that Black Hippie album is something that we need. And I think, again, this is the time where hip hop is basically changed right now. And if Kendrick Lamar if they all come out with something, man, I tell you, man, they'll take over the game. The game would be done. It'll be over with. That'd be that, man. It wouldn't be no more. Let's keep it going.
Happening. And once again, when we speculate on Kendrick Lamar's plan as the top guy in hip-hop and everything he is doing in this time, what has been key to everything and what we are trying to find out more about is the song that Kendrick Lamar has tied into GNX, the Super Bowl, his entire tour, and this entire era for that matter. But of course, he has not released it with his snippet, which a lot of people are referring to as Tiramisu or Bodies. And now with this, well, after we were already speculating recently that based on the nature of this song and what Kendrick Lamar has done with this record in terms of playing parts of it but never actually showing us the full thing, that from the lyrical mentions of Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, and Absol, that this track could be welcoming us back into an era where we are seeing the reunion of the 4 defining top dog entertainment MCs as Black Hippy. Well, with what just happened, We may have just gotten confirmation that this really is what this Kendrick Lamar song is gonna be, and that we are indeed about to hear Black Hippy together for the first time in about a decade very soon. As out of nowhere randomly in the middle of the day yesterday, none other than Absol shared the original trailer that Kendrick Lamar posted from his Finsta page right before GNX drop and quoted the opening lines from Kendrick. Only thing matter right now is living right now and I can't spare no feelings, and put ... at the end. And now with this, and especially with those 3 dots, which once again just makes this message all of the more cryptic and seems like it's alluding to something even more. Well, altogether, if Absol was maybe sharing this right after GNX dropped, we would not even have thought about it or looked any further. With Soul going back to this song snippet 5 months later and just posting it out of nowhere, I mean, come on. This has to mean something, especially when there were just...
That's what I'm saying, man. We know this means something. A lot of us just don't want to admit it, but we know this means something. This is, I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. I'm here for all this. I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. And I think that this is going to be something spectacular. Something spectacular, and I'm here for it. Well, let's keep it going.
Rumors and conversations going around that this song wasn't just going to be dropping soon and that we were going to find out more about it, but that it was going to be a Black Hippy reunion altogether. And now when it comes to more news coming about this song and what it's actually going to end up being, well, things have not stopped there exactly, because what we are finding out is now at the end of the year and after the first leg of Kendrick Lamar's Grand National Tour is over, once again, if you are a Drake fan or if you are anywhere near OVO, you better get ready, because Kendrick Lamar is not stopping soon, and he is going to be headlining the massive Split Milk Festival. And what's eye-opening about this is that Kendrick Lamar isn't just going to be on the road by himself at this festival, but also right now who is joining Kendrick Lamar on a run of multiple dates is none other than Doechii, which is very exciting in of itself.
Oh, I didn't see this. I didn't see this. What is this? Okay. All right, man. This is good. This is good. Now I'm not gonna say nothing. I'll just keep that to myself. But this is good. This is good. This is good. Let me pause it and look at it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's very, very interesting. Let's keep it going.
But also Schoolboy Q. And now with this, I mean, we are seeing as this is a festival with multiple dates, and it will almost be like a mini tour for 3 of the biggest rappers on and from TDE at the moment in Kendrick, and then also Doechii and Schoolboy Q. And Dominic Fike is also going to be on this tour, which is also interesting to note because he has been affiliated with PG Lang. Well, what we are seeing here is that TDE is only getting closer after all of the winning they have been doing, and this very well could be prepping us for what will either be another TDE joint tour altogether in 2026, because if you do remember, they have done this with the Championship Tour. And really, if all these artists are all together at one, maybe that TDE album, which was being teased for the 20th anniversary, but that never ended up dropping, maybe because of all of the changes the label was going through with the development of Doechii and Ray Vaughn, and maybe even with the beef itself, maybe we are seeing the start of what is going to be the greatest label collaboration album of all time, because I really think it's fair to say that at this point with how many successful artists there are and all of the noise and all of the momentum that they have. And now between these 2 points,
that's exactly what I said. They have been doing so much. If you look at their catalog, it's rivaling a lot of people's, man. Like, for real. This is amazing. Let's keep it going.
Before we speculate and try to unravel what all of this is really meaning, what we know at the very least and what we can say is that this relationship between Kendrick Lamar and specifically the Black Hippy members is only growing right now, and they are only going to be closer and closer together considering where the actual roadmap of what they are doing is going next. But now, while most of this is only speculation and only seems like it could be leading to something or telling us that we should get used to seeing Kendrick stand next to MCs like Schoolboy Q again or maybe even Doechii, what we are now seeing with the Grand National Tour and the presentation and storytelling of the experience Kendrick is giving us. And again, and why I'm highlighting this, something that I think we are going to look back on and see that the clues were right in front of us in terms of the message that Kendrick was trying to give, is that Kendrick Lamar is curating and using special guests on this tour to enhance his vision and build a bigger world within places where it makes sense. And now, as Kendrick brought out Playboi Carti in Atlanta, What we can take away from this is that when it comes to seeing big names join Kendrick here on the road, when there are venues and cities that make sense for Kendrick Lamar to team up with another artist at, we really may be on the verge of seeing more moments that feel just as natural and seamless as Kendrick and Cardi. And now specifically, what we could see that would finally give us more insight into this song, whatever other music Kendrick Lamar may be holding on to, would be at 3 shows that Kendrick Lamar is doing in his home city in SoFi Stadium. And now with this, at this show, no matter what, we should expect to see special guests and artists just come out and perform with Kendrick, because these are going to be the biggest shows on the tour in every sense of the word, both in terms of the place they are at and where this is for Kendrick and what this means. But really, with this, beyond just the hype, when we see the way that Kendrick has used the special guests so far, it's clear that he wants to have the right artists in the right buildings, and specifically, ones that make sense to the place that he...
That's absolutely true. I'm telling y'all, I'm thinking he gonna bring out The Weeknd when he go to Toronto, and I'm also thinking he gonna bring out all of the other people when they go back to SoFi Stadium. I definitely think that that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But this is gonna be crazy. I'm telling y'all now, this is gonna be crazy. But let's keep it going.
He is performing in, and when you think about this, when it comes to getting a Black Hippy reunion and beyond them being on stage together like we saw at the Pop Out, which in of itself already seeing them like that was one of the best moments we got during Kendrick's entire run, when you see what SoFi means and you also understand the type of person Kendrick Lamar is, and then again just pick up the clues together of this song which is referencing them in their past, and even the Hard Part 6, which with the series of that song itself, it's always been a teaser to something else, and in that Kendrick talks so much about his past and his relationship with Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, and J-Rock specifically. I think we can say that with all of that, we are finally getting close to figuring out why Kendrick is mentioning all of this and why they are alluding to a Black Hippy reunion. And really at this SoFi show, I don't just think that they are going to reunite and we'll see them all together, but seeing the way that Kendrick curated and brought Cardi out as a guest. And what I mean by that is, unlike most other artists when they bring a special guest out, it didn't distract from the show or the tour, and it just meshed seamlessly into the rest of the experience that Kendrick was already curating. What I think is a possibility is that after the tiramisu snippet keeps getting cut off and ending in the abrupt spot that Kendrick does even at the tour, that maybe there in one of these moments at the shows, following Kendrick, we will then see the song continue with either Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, or Ab-Soul's parts, and they will finish the track and continue what they have to say for all of us to hear live right there in the moment. And again, adding more validity to this idea that this has all been a big story and that there is this Black Hippy reunion which is going to eventually mean something and that it's going to give us more stuff, is that when you think about the theme in this entire era for Kendrick being duality and this balance between different sides and forces, and there just always being two things in general, what I noticed, and once again showing how thought through everything Kendrick Lamar really is that when you look at the originally scheduled and planned dates for the Grand National Tour, the LA dates are pretty much as close as they can possibly be to the halfway point of the tour, and I don't know. I know while some people would call it reaching, when we do have a storyteller and an artist who literally puts detail and thought into everything they do, which again, he is the type of guy to make the whole plan around where he is going during the tour around something much bigger and more important narratively, because that's the type of guy he is. I mean, altogether, I would not be surprised if these dates are some sort of a turning point in the tour and Kendrick's journey, and no matter what this means. I mean, we have all seen the type of run that's already going on. It is definitely only going to be great, and so with all of this, at the very least what we can see is that this idea of Kendrick and TDE working closer than ever and staying as close as possible is just becoming more and more of a reality, and from SZA to what we are seeing now with Doechii and Schoolboy Q with Split Milk, I mean, we are really seeing Kendrick and this entire label just plan more and more experiences to just solidify their impact and crown over the industry right now, when with this, it's impossible to not either think that this is all going to lead to something, whether it's another tour with the entire label eventually, which that would just be amazing, or again with Kendrick.
I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think if Kendrick Lamar did something like that, that would be crazy if he did that. If he did that, that would be crazy. If he was like, you know what? I'm going to bring out Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, J-Rock, Doechii, everybody. And from this point on, the tour is going to be about us. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But don't really say it because people will get mad about it. But that would be dope if he did that. That would be dope. That would be pretty dope. That would be a huge look for them too, man. A huge look.
and Q planning a run like this, and with what Absol is saying. This Black Hippy reunion could very well be real, and with what Absol just did. I mean, when it comes to who Absol is, he is somebody who thinks through everything he says, and he is in that echelon of rappers in terms of how they just allude to anything. That if they're saying something, it is not a coincidence, and they don't do things without thinking about the other impacts of it. And so with this, I don't know, and I don't think anybody knows where exactly this is gonna go, but I think we can see that even with the run we have already witnessed, we are super close to something huge happening again, and now we just have to wait and see what happens with this tour and everything else in the industry to find out what it actually is. And I mean, if any of this is gonna lead to something and it will give us the music that we want to hear, and again, as Kendrick Lamar has been teasing this Tierra Masu song, and each time he has been performing it, he is making it a bigger and bigger spectacle, but also as a result of this, a bigger and bigger mystery. I mean, whether this is the song that we are gonna get and it's gonna lead to the Black Hippy reunion like Absol has told us, or again, maybe it's something else that we just don't understand, and despite Kendrick Lamar wanting us to speculate about it so clearly, we are just not going to expect what it is until we actually hear it. Well, I think with all these small...
I agree. I agree with that. I definitely think that they don't do anything without actually putting it out there, that people that, you know, they don't just do anything just to do it. Like, I never seen Schoolboy Q, Absol, and none of them do just to do it. And they on top right now, and this is amazing. Let's keep going.
Hints, and just knowing that Kendrick Lamar's run is not ending anytime soon. Sooner than later, we are going to find out what this song really means, and now what I could expect is that as we enter the summer and more artists are going to be dropping new music going forward, that right when the SoFi Stadium shows happen, they will get us ready for what's next, and it will really be a turning point of the tour, and I am sure that whatever goes down there will tell us everything that we are supposed to know about what Kendrick Lamar is actually going to be releasing. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about all these hints that seem...
Yeah, man, this is going to get exciting. I can't wait. Tell me what y'all think about what's going to happen. Do y'all think that TDE is going to drop an album soon? And with Kendrick and J-Rock's, Absol, Schoolboy Q, Doechii, Ray Vaughn, everybody that's on the label, y'all think they're going to do something about this? If, you know, if it does happen, it's cool. What y'all think about Kendrick Lamar? Y'all think he's going to bring them all out to the stadium tour, which would be pretty dope if he did it. I think that it's best that he did do that during the LA show, because there's a lot of songs that the Black Hippies have that people in LA only know, or people on that region know. So I think that would be a smart thing to do. So thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. Torture Talk After Hours. You know what it is. Peace, bye.